I think the thing that was the most helpful for me during the student teaching experience was understanding exactly what this was in the stage of the whole process. By understanding that this wasn't about textbooks and turning in homework, this wasn't about filling out forms or checking in with my coordinating supervisor, this was being in the classroom. This was being a teacher and not a student. Having that mindset definitely was helpful. That way I could really focus on connecting with the students and becoming a good teacher. My college supervisor was extremely supportive in my student teaching placement. She was direct, she was open, she was honest, she was a great communicator. We had great discussions about how well I did or how well I didn't do. I think what I did that was extremely helpful with my supervisor was taking her answers and asking deeper questions. How well I did. I wanted to make sure I was taking the initiative. I didn't want to feel like I was just a student and she was teaching me. I really wanted to own my experience. The advice I would give to incoming student teachers would be to, well, first off, definitely network more. Definitely talk to other Rio Salado students about their experiences, how things are going with their student teaching placement. But also, once you start taking over the classroom, just jump right in. Don't be timid, don't be shy. This is the culmination of months and months and years of hard work, so just own the experience. Be comfortable being uncomfortable. Don't wait for your mentor teacher to push you to do things. Just take initiative. If you see something that needs being done, just do it. If you see a student that needs talking to, talk to them. Just don't hold back. One of the lessons I did prepare for during my student teaching was we were reading The Crucible. And The Crucible is about the Salem witch hunt trials. And it was so fun to use my previous experiences from my other careers. I was a graphic designer in a former lifetime, and I was able to incorporate that experience and those skills in preparing this lesson for the Crucible. And I taught the lesson, and it was great to see the immediate reaction of the students because I had used a visual to help them learn the lesson. And you could tell that people were really, not people, but the students were really engaged. And the students, they really enjoyed the lesson. Afterwards, they told me they enjoyed the lesson. Or you can hear the next day how they said that they looked something up online, and we were able to have a short discussion on that. So that was one good experience about teaching. One classroom management challenge I did have was there was a few students who were being a little too talkative, and I think just being patient was the best solution. Directly challenging a student is definitely not something you want to do. Addressing a child or making them stand out from the classroom, that's definitely something you don't want to do also. You just want to be patient. And I think after a while, just by simply being silent, sometimes the students understand, okay, it's time to stop being disruptive and go with the flow and listen to the teacher. Student teachers can definitely help themselves by participating in the school as much as possible. Going to football games, going to sporting events, going to teacher workshops, anything and everything that they're invited to. It's sometimes a great way to network with other teachers, but you're going to see the principals, you'll see the vice principals, you'll see the department chair there. So definitely get involved in National Honor Society meetings, teacher feedback sessions, anything and everything. It's definitely worth bringing a sack lunch for. I did request that my principal or vice principal come observe while I did my student teaching. Unfortunately, they were both busy, but I did get the department chair to come visit. That was definitely a benefit. And I did make a point of visiting others, teachers in their classroom environments when my teacher had a prep period, just so I could experience other classrooms. And that goes along with networking and getting yourself before other teachers. What I learned from my student teaching experience that I'll definitely incorporate in my classroom is always being prepared. My mentor teacher was always a day or two ahead with what lessons she was going to be teaching, as far as the copying and the what was to be written on the board. Just everything was always prepared. She would never do anything last minute, which would benefit because students can tell when a teacher's hurried or rushed. So always being prepared, that's what I'll take into my classroom.